Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's always Monday.
It's always Monday. It's been a few weeks, it's been a few months. Probably haven't seen any update on this since like November-ish. As we peel back layers, it's like an onion of deception. The more layers we pull back, the more we find out that we have to figure out. Combine that with back order and just overall. Yeah, but we're back.
Yeah.
We're working on this thing. We finally got the free spin kit figured out. We also, in that time, have put a bulletproof diesel water pump on there.
Literally bulletproof.
And some Apex heavy-duty steering, which are both badass parts. But the final piece of the puzzle to actually get this thing fully back up and driving is getting this free spin kit on there. And that's been fun.
Yeah. The battle is that this truck was upgraded to newer knuckles to get a bigger brake package on it. So between that mix, it's all factory Chrysler, Dodge, AAM parts. But because of the mix-up and everything, trying to find the free spin kit that works with a certain axle shaft, lots of searching online for part numbers, cross-referencing everything. We finally have everything that we need. We got the right U-joints, axle shafts, everything set up. So now it's just a matter of pulling everything apart, clean, reassemble, just like it should be a factory truck. So this looks like an 07 Dodge, but what is on the table is a 2012 Dodge. So we're just going to pretend. You just squint a little bit. This is now a 2012 Dodge.
Exactly.
And we're going to show you how to install a Dynatrac free spin kit onto a 2012 era Dodge AAM front axle.
Yeah, AM 9.25. And once we get all of this done, we can officially send this out to alignment because it needs to be aligned, and finally get this thing back on the road and driving and having some fun because this thing moves.
Yeah, it's a fun truck. It looks big, and you'd think, oh, it's big, it's probably slow. It's not. This is a sports car for a truck on 42s. Like it drives nice. It handles pretty good. It's huge.
Huge.
It squeaks the
huge.
tires going around corners.
It does.
Just
It's got
no
an
matter
aggressive
what.
locker in the back and it makes power. I mean, you
Yeah.
lean on the throttle and it torches 42s. So
Yeah, it's a barrel of fun.
we're gonna get started on this and we're gonna take you guys along for the ride. So let's get to work. Touch hands. Woo.
Alrighty, so these are our U-joints we're throwing in these axle shafts now. This is something that I hadn't really run into before. These have a pressed-on dust shield, and you have to take it off with the cap, otherwise it damages a little rubber seal in here. And the easiest way when they come, they don't come, they're not pressed on all the way, but they're a little tight. So take something light like a body hammer, just really loosely tap on it. You can see it's got a nice press fit there that goes around here to make sure these things live for a long time in the harsh conditions of the Pacific Northwest with all of our road salt and everything else that goes on here. These are non-greasable replacements right from AAM. We've got our Yukon factory style replacement inner shaft, and these are the Dynatrac outers that come with the free spin kit. And this was our problem we originally ran into, was these axle shafts took a much bigger U-joint than our factory 07 style ones. So these are the 2010 to 2012 style inner shafts. Same spline count, same length, everything, just a way beefier U-joint. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed real quick. Oh no. We're gonna have to pull the knuckles off.
Remember I mentioned before how we said we're going to peel back layers of this onion and figure out what's going on? Well, we've peeled back some layers and pretty much all of our work that we did to try and get to this point has been thrown out the window because we got thrown a bit of an oddball. So what we got going on here is this knuckle has been changed. This is obviously an 07 with a 5.9 Cummins in it, which would make it in the 03 to 08 range. At some point, someone threw a different knuckle on here to put bigger brakes on there. Well, there is 1 year of one knuckle that actually overlaps the 03 to 08 running gear and knuckle and all that steering or shafts and U-joints, and then also the 10 to 18 brakes. It's 2009. We have ourselves a 2009 knuckle here, which we were assuming it was a 10 to 18, and it's not. For those of you wondering, if you ever want to distinguish an 09 knuckle on these third gens, you're going to have this lip right here where your unit bearing goes, and you're also going to have bolt holes for the dust shield. If you have a lip and no bolt holes, 03 to 08. If you have bolt holes and no lip, 10 to 18. If you've got both like we have here, it's a 9. It's an 09, which we've now figured out, and you may be thinking to yourself also, we'll just go ahead and machine that lip out. Well, we can't. If we machine that lip out, our U-joint is now going to hit our ball joint. So, back to the drawing board. We're going to make sure and order all the right parts, the 5th, 6th, whatever time this is, and we're finally going to get this thing done. So we'll check back in. I might have a longer beard. It may be gray. I don't know. But that's what we found out with this knuckle. So, yay, projects. We hot?
Rolling.
So hot! Come on, Jesse, chime in.
I don't know, Ben.
Whatever. Okay, Jesse's not as excited for Friday as I am, but Fridays make me sing. We have a really rad come-up winch here. And it's getting ready to go on our Gladiator, and there's a couple things we want to cover out here real quick. What is your favorite thing about this winch, Jesse?
I love that the entire solenoid pack and control unit up here is fully water submersible. It's not just water resistant. It's not like it's waterproof. This is dunk this thing underwater for a while, which is cool. A lot of problems you run into with winches is leaving them sit out in your bumper in the weather for long periods of time. Everything starts to corrode and get weird. Not going to have that with any of this going on here, which is awesome.
Yeah, they've also, heat kills winches. They've moved the brake further away from the drum. That way, especially on synthetic rope stuff, you actually find that under heavy use, you'll start melting that rope to the drum when you start getting down to it. And I don't know if you're as scientifically smart as the people who make nylon ropes, but fun fact, you start melting nylon ropes, they stretch or they break. Not a good time when you're winching.
Yeah.
Lastly, the price. You get a hell of a lot of winch for a really good price.
And you're getting, like, you can go buy a super cheap winch from Harbor Freight, but you're getting a really cheap quality winch. Like, it's not going to be what this is. You know, a Badlands winch isn't going to be a Warren, but ever. But this is on par with a Warren, but you ain't paying Warren prices.
Yeah. And lastly, I know me and Jesse were talking about this, but this little guy with the ball detent.
I love
very
that.
nice.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, very nice, very crisp. We're gonna get this on the Gladiator, and we're gonna have some fun using it. I got a feeling I hope that we beat the living crap out of this thing, because I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I want to see it in use. So let's get it on the truck. Jesse, it's Friday. Get excited.
Son of
Cut!
Okay, take two. Oh, God.
This thing's spin good. Well, it's Friday, and we were just talking about the update for Hulk with the free spin kit, and I think it would almost be funny, and I don't know if we have all the footage, but if there was a way to show how many times we've said, all right, we've got this figured out, we would probably be in like 6 different outfits, and like beard lengths are changing.
Yeah.
Because we thought we had this thing figured out so many dang times, but we got parts ordered. And we hopefully have this figured out for the last dang
If it
time.
doesn't work this time, the odds are against us. The gods don't want it to happen.
Just ain't gonna happen.
This time we've got it figured out. Parts are on order. This has been a learning experience, I guess. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Oh, 100%
it's,
been a learning experience.
It's what happens when you work on a truck. Had a lot of custom stuff done to it, and nobody exactly remembers. There wasn't a build sheet back in the day.
No.
From what was done previously, and that truck's had so many parts changed on it when it was in our ownership 10 years ago. It had every part in the diesel industry on it at some point. With everything changing and parts being changed, we just fought a lot of, well, and then of course it has to be 1 year oddball knuckles that are on it.
Yeah.
Like literally just, this one 11-month period in 2009, they used this knuckle.
Yeah, and you not to backtrack too much there, but earlier in the video you saw me mentioning the lip and the dust cover bolts. There's only 1 year that had that. It's 2009. There's more knowledge for you. I'm sure some of you AAM guys are probably sitting there going like, "Oh my God,
What an idiot!
how did they not know that? We didn't know that."
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, my contact at Diatrac, he didn't know that either.
Yeah.
It's a very odd year to have that in there, especially for a 3rd gen 5.9 to have factory upgraded brakes. That's the knuckle you have to run on there. There's one specific free spin kit for that 1 year, for that one knuckle. But as far as being able to get a visual about how it's different from the other years, that's the best way to do it. You gotta have the lip and dust cover bolts. So the more you know, the more I know, the more Jesse knows, the more you now know for watching this. You've got the really odd piece of information. Maybe it'll help you.
All you guys with 2009 Dodge pickups just learned a whole lot.
Yeah.
But what do we got here, Ben?
Yep, so we finally got the come up winch on the Gladiator here. They're on the come up.
Jokes.
And one of my favorite things about this is we have them in stock. Not to get all sales pitchy on you, but I know a lot of people are waiting for other winches. We have these in stock. We got a whole pallet. We're really stoked to have it on there, really start getting this build complete, get it started driving. And I'm really stoked that it's Friday because it's been like 4 Mondays in a row. What's Jesse grabbing? Oh!
I forgot to show the coolest parts about this is the controller. Now, most guys, it's a controller for a winch. What's so special about it? It's magnetic. Of course, can't stick it to our aluminum bumper here, but we stick it to that. We can stick it to not a lot of steel on these Jeeps these days.
Aluminium.
But yeah, it's cool. You can stick it to lift arm. You can stick it to control arm. You can stick it to our axle. Basically anything that's made out of steel, magnetic metal.
Well, that's going to wrap this week up, guys. We'll see you on the next one. As always, we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe. Videos are coming out weekly. Pretty sure they're still going to come out on Wednesdays. I'm not sure yet, though. Cameraman, Wednesdays? Cameraman says Wednesdays. So, right on, guys. Have a great weekend. See you on the next one.